Hello everyone. Today we are looking into the API gateway. This is the continuation of the video which I made last week, which is Amazon API gateway, a jump start. I request everyone to watch this video first before continue this one. If you are watching this first time, so here in the first video I have given the introduction about Amazon API gateway, and I have explained how to make GET request. In today's video, I'm going to continue it by having other API methods, which is post method. If I open this my product API, I have the GET method already developed and tested. Okay. Today I'm going to add two more methods, nothing but post method, where I have a DynamoDB table. I have a DynamoDB table which is product info, where I have only one item. I will create a post method on the API, which will then talk to a Lambda function to add a product, and then it will store the product information in the DynamoDB table. Okay, this is called post method. Then also I will add one more method, which is delete method, where I will pass a product ID, where the delete method API call will hit the DynamoDB, will hit the Lambda function, which will hit the DynamoDB to remove the product information. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, now let's see how to proceed with the post method. To add items on this product info, okay, product info, I want to add a new item through post method. For this I created a Lambda function which is fn add product. Let me walk through this fn add product function. I will walk you through this function code, walk you through this fn add product Lambda function. This Lambda function has a reference with Lambda DynamoDB client and DocumentDB client. Okay, and I created the client out of this DynamoDB client, and there is a object created for the doc client. Okay, I have a table name which is referenced in the environment variable. So my table name, the same DynamoDB product information, product info table, is there as an environment variable. Okay, now the main handler function, this is receiving the event. The event is coming from the API gateway, the payload of the new product. Okay, then I have created a command object, DocumentDB client. Okay, put command object. Then the params, I have created the argument like table name and item. Inside the item object, I populated the product code, product name, description, and price. Okay, all those items are coming from the event e.product code, everything. Then I'm sending this doc client. I'm pushing this command to the doc client, then receiving the response. Once I receive the response, it's a async call. Once I receive the response, then I am sending only the success message. Okay, this is very simple, nothing fancy. I have published a video, CRUD operations on DynamoDB. So this code is very much influenced from that video. I will put up the link in this description. Okay, if you go to the test tab, you will find the payload which I'm expecting from the API gateway, this product code, product name, description, price. So the same thing will come here, and it will be inserted in our DynamoDB table. Okay, now let me go and create this post method. Go to the API gateway. Now we are in the API gateway API. If we go, I am opening the my product API. My product API contained the path like /products. Under the /products, I created another resource like /product code, where I am passing the path variable, path parameter to get method. Now, one step back, under the product itself, I'm going to create a post method. Under this I have one method, options method, but I am selecting this one. Under this, I selected this, this path. I'm going to create a method, create a method. So this method is a post method. I select post. I'm going to integrate with that lambda function and select my lambda function. My lambda function is add product. Let me find that add product. This must be, yeah, fn add product. I selected my lambda function and click to create method. Now my method is created already. It's a post method, it's created already, the client. So this is the flow. The client will send the request to the lambda function I receive, but I have to send the payload as expected by this lambda function the same way. So for that I need to use the body mapping template to transform the so I need to pass the event, and the way I need to pass the payload the way the lambda expects. So I need to transform this in the integration request. In the incoming request I need to transform it so that it will be accepted by the lambda function, because my lambda is accepting the payload like this. So in the integration request, if you select integration request, I need to add the mapping template. Okay, click edit to create mapping template. Go to the down, there is a mapping template section, and click add mapping template. The content type is application.json. Then I have a mapping template ready, which I'm pasting it. Okay, from the input path, ideally the post method, the data we ship with the body of the message. So the input path dollar will get the body object. From that, we can set the input root dot product code, product name, description, unit price. Okay, so the incoming payload contain the body in the dollar. Okay, input dot path dollar, under the dollar we assign to this variable. And so this code is in a VTL language, written in VTL language. So this is how we define it in the mapping template. Okay, so which I set it in the integration request, which is before sending to the lambda, before invoking the lambda function. So it will be so we are only passing this object to the lambda function. Click save. Now everything set. We can deploy this API. Click to deploy. Select the stage and deploy. Now this has been deployed. If you expand the stages, you see the post method. Click post method and you will find the URL. Copy the URL. Okay, open postman like products. Okay, this is the post method. So I'm selecting the post and select body, because the message with the payload will be sent via in the body section. So select body, click raw, ensure that you are selecting the content type is JSON. Okay, now let me bring that payload. Let's say this is what the payload is supposed to be. So I'm copying this one from the lambda test, paste it here. This is a new data which I'm going to send. Let me add the variable product code. Let me mention the product code like 105, something like Samsung Galaxy. Description smart phone. Let's say, all right, this is a post method, body JSON, this is a payload. Let me hit the send button. Yes, now we got the output success 200, message is success. If I go to the if I go to my DynamoDB table, if I refresh, I get the data result updated 105. The data has been inserted by this lambda function. Okay, that's good. Now let us go and create a method to delete. So let us make it the same way we get. Okay, the get method is following this path where we are passing the path parameter. So we can create a delete method under this one. So select this one and create delete method. Under this we go to the API. Okay, my product API, go to this path and create a method. This time method is delete method, lambda function. So before I will explain the lambda function, the corresponding lambda function for this. Okay, if and delete product, let me walk you through this code. As usual, I am referring the DynamoDB client and document client. I have created the objects for it, and then there is environment variable referring that. The main handler function receiving the event. Event is nothing but the product code from the path parameter, which is then coming as the event payload here. Okay, so I am using the delete command from the document DB client. Okay, I'm simply passing the key, table name and key. Key is nothing but a product code. Here, if you go to the DynamoDB, the product code is a key. It's a primary key of this. Okay, it's a partition key, I would say. So the main partition key is a product code. So we are just passing the product code and sending to the document client and getting the response. And once everything goes fine, then we are sending the success message. Okay, so this is how it will work. If you go to the test section, you will find the payload is just expecting the product code and simply one simple object product code. Okay, so delete method, coming to this API, we are adding the delete method lambda function. I need to point to this delete product function. Okay, delete product function, create method, as simple as that. So under this path parameter, I created delete method. Now the client will call this delete request. Then it will be sent to the lambda function. Instead of sending the whole event, we need to intercept and pass only the product code information. So as usual, we will edit this integration request and provide the mapping template. Change the mapping template. Go to the bottom and you will find mapping template. Add a mapping template, application.json, and copying the mapping template here. Input.params product code. Those are the param inside in the path parameter which I'm passing the product code information. Will be sending it as a product code as this object. Okay, only this object will be sent to the lambda function. Click to save, and then we will deploy it to the dev environment. Deploy. So our API is deployed. Let us test it now. Expand it, products, open this product code path and click delete API and copy the URL. Come to the Postman. This time we have to select delete method, copy the URL. Instead of this in the placeholder, we will provide the parameter 105. 105 is the one, the product code which we have it already in the DynamoDB table. So we'll go and provide this 105 to be deleted. Just pass 105 and delete method, click to send. Yes, indeed we get the success response, 200 success response. I'm just going back to the lambda to the DynamoDB table and refresh it, and 105 is deleted. Okay, So that's it, and we have successfully explored the CRUD operations, like how to get a resource, how to add a resource, and how to delete a resource. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.